Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rita Rudner.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome to Las Vegas. I know people have many different opinions about Las Vegas, but you know why I think it is the perfect place to vacation? Because I don't care where you're from, Las Vegas is the opposite of it. Isn't it true? Because gambling's legal, prostitution's legal. Guess the jails here are just full of people who litter. We have beauty and wonder right around the corner, the Grand Canyon. I went last year, but I didn't do the helicopter. No, I wasn't afraid of the helicopter. It's just that before you get in one, you have to tell your weight. I looked around and thought, well, if everyone is lying like I'm lying, we're going down. And of course, we have the theme hotels. The Venetian, that's one of my favorites. It's kind of an interesting meeting of old world meets new. I never really thought I'd be able to take a gondola to the Gap. And I don't know if you've noticed, Vegas is becoming classier. Oh dear, it appears you haven't noticed. Can I tell you something that might just change your minds? We have a ballet company now. Thank you. Yes, it's topless, but it's a ballet company. Everything must be topless in Vegas. It's the law. We have a topless female magician. She's very good. She says, now you see it. Now you see the other one. In the summer, now we have topless sunbathing by the pools. Whew, I would never do that. Things cross my mind like they've never been in the sun. They might catch fire. And my husband says he won't allow me to go topless. He says he's afraid I might poke someone's knee out. Oh, it's not that funny. It's just not. And it gets so hot here in the summer. It really does, but it doesn't bother people. Hottest day of the year, this woman, she's out there sunbathing by the pool. I could tell she was done. Well, her belly button had popped up. Yes. You get wacky tans. You don't even know what's happening. I was walking around. I had on a long sleeve blouse and long trousers, and just my face got really, really red. And I came home that night, and I took off my clothes, and I looked like a match. You know what I like, though? I like those spray-on tans. Have you seen them? They're so easy. I use them on turkey. Because you're not supposed to go in the sun. I've read about it. Oh, it's so bad for you. It's supposed to make your skin leathery and wrinkly and old. Sometimes I look at those gorgeous 16-year-old girls just baking themselves on the beach and think, fry, you home wreckers. Fry! Because women, don't we hate getting older? Yeah. Oh, men, you're going to learn so much about women tonight. I'm so excited. We will do anything to stop those wrinkles. Oh, my Aunt Sylvia just had herself laminated. I just thought a new wrinkle cream. Use it once a day, you look younger in a month, and twice a day, you look younger in 2 weeks. I ate it. I got those silicone cheek implants, but you know what happened? They slipped, and now I just have really white feet. My Aunt Sylvia, she got the latest operation. Wait till you hear she got a hand lift. Have you heard of that? It is a real operation. They take the wrinkles out of your hand. She's 72. She can't wave anymore, but she can still high five. And next week she's getting an eye lift, a neck lift, and a knee lift. Her surgeon's having a special, all you can lift. Yeah. We do terrible things to ourselves to stay young looking. Do you know about Botox? Do you know what it is? Do you know that it's botulism, which I've made in my kitchen quite a few times? And the doctors inject the poisonous bacteria into our faces and it paralyzes us. And we love that. My aunt had her forehead paralyzed. She can't frown anymore. And it has side effects. Now, if she disapproves of something, she has to spit. My best friend got a facelift this year. Oh, they made her too tight. It doesn't look right. She chews and her eyebrows go up and down. And she lifts her chin and her toes fly up. We were living in LA. Everyone gets something done in LA. Oh yes, we were rear-ended in our car by a woman who was woozy because she just had her lips blown up with collagen. Well, that was lucky because her airbag didn't deploy and they saved her life. Okay, here's one of the worst things about getting older. The mean cards people send you on your birthday. Aren't those cards mean? And the closer the people are to you, the meaner the card. I got a birthday card this year. It had a picture of a rotting corpse on the front. And I opened it up and it said, at least she can still attract flies. Love your mother. I went to a doctor who was younger than I am. Isn't that a miserable experience? Oh, don't you want them to look like Walter Cronkite? I walked in, he looked like Justin Timberlake. He said, can I listen to your heartbeat? I said, well, why don't you just download it? Got a problem with doctors anyway. These days, they're too busy to see you while you're sick. I had the flu. I called up a doctor. He said, oh, I can squeeze you in about 3 weeks. I said, well, I'll sit in a draft. I'll try to keep it going. And don't dermatologists just have it a little bit too easy. I know I had a rash on my arm. I went in, the guy said it's either something in the air, something you touched, or something you ate. That'll be $300. I said, wow, how much would it have been if you knew what it was? And there's a reason we're afraid of doctors. I think it's psychological. I think it's the white coats. I don't know about you. I don't think doctors should dress the same as butchers. And do you know to be careful of the doctors in Vegas? They're gamblers, that's why they've come to town. Went to a dentist here, I had a cavity. He wanted to wait till I had 3 in a row. I went to an eye doctor, their charts are different here. He said, cover one eye, which is smaller, the G-string or the pasty. I need glasses, I don't wear them though. I see shapes. I use judgment. Okay, you know what happened? I stopped at a stop sign. Turned out I stopped at a skinny lady with red hair. And there's a good reason I don't get glasses. I can see close up. My husband can see far away. We're covered. He tells me who's in the movie. I tell him what's in his sandwich. Sometimes I lie. I have one pair of contact lenses, but they're red, and I only put them in when I have company and I want them to leave. My mother has all the different pairs of glasses for the different distances, but she gets them mixed up. She keeps wearing her driving glasses for reading, and she can read up to 65 miles an hour. And my dad desperately needs a hearing aid, but he's waiting till my mother dies. I forget things. Does anyone have what I have? Why did I walk in the Roomheimers? Yes, oh good, I walk in a room, I don't know why I'm there. I don't know what I wanted to get in case God is watching. I just pick something up and act happy about it. I have Phoneheimers. By the time I get to the end of a phone number, I forget who I'm calling. So if I don't recognize the voice on the other end, I just shout in an obscenity and hang up quickly. I get movie star-heimers. I can't remember the name of a movie star. It drives me crazy. It happened to me the other day. I couldn't remember it until that night when I was in bed with my husband. I had some explaining to do. When at the moment of passion I yelled out, "Oh, Olympia Dukakis." My husband and I, we forget the words for things now. We live in a constant state of charades. So say, Rita, where is the, I say, I don't know. Maybe it's in the... I have a friend who has storyheimers. She keeps telling me the same story. I don't want to hear it anymore. But I don't want to tell her. And last time she started the story, I lost control. I just finished it for her. Now she thinks I'm psychic. And that's my best friend. I told you about her. She's the one who got the facelift. You remember her? She's had a very tough year. Oh, you know what happened? She got divorced. She made the mistake many women make. She tried to change him. Yeah, that doesn't work, does it? No, as my great-great-grandmother once said, "Honey, that pie's baked." You want a different flavor, get yourself a different pie. And she knew what she was talking about, too. She buried 3 husbands. 2 of them were just napping. And my friend is upset and she wanted to go into therapy and she can't afford it, so she's in aromatherapy. She just tells her problems to a scented candle. Not only did she get divorced, something else happened, or that can be quite traumatic for women. She turned 50. Women, we have a hard time with 50. She can't even say I'm 50. The closest she can get is, "I'm filthy." But to be fair, not all women think like that. I know another woman, and she threw a great big birthday party for herself, announcing to the world she was 50. But she was 63. It doesn't get easier for us as we get older, does it, ladies? She's going through menopause. Her hot flashes are so severe, she's been banned from Baskin-Robbins. But she is not alone. Due to the baby boomer generation, there are currently 30 million women in America going through menopause, experiencing roughly 1 billion hot flashes a day. That might explain global warming. She started dating again, too. She started dating someone online. Now, I told her, please be careful. That can be dangerous. People just lie about who they are. She said, "Rita, I have faith in my fellow human beings. He's a divorced doctor in his 40s who wants to meet me, a billionaire ballerina who's 23. And there's a reason I talk about age, and it's a good one, too. It just so happens I married a man who's younger than I am. Thank you, thank you. In fact, he's 2 years younger than he thinks I am. And that's another reason I love Vegas. It doesn't matter how old you are. Don't you feel like a little kid walking around looking at the neat stuff everywhere? Isn't it the best people watching in America? But don't you see some strange people? I know sometimes I just want to say, "Excuse me. Could I talk to you for just a second?" I demand an explanation. And here's a question. Why do so many people bring infants to Vegas? What's going on? Can you cash them in for chips? And I do love walking here, but be careful. The hotels are so big. Don't they seem closer than they really are? I tried to walk to Bally's from Utah. And you get used to big drinks when you live in Vegas. I know, because I live here now, and I was in LA last week and I ordered a daiquiri. Do you know what happened? It came in a glass. said, well, don't you have anything in a bucket? And I have some advice for the ladies. You know what can happen? You can end up wearing things that look so great while you're in Vegas that don't look so great when you get home. Ooh, you wear those flashing earrings and low-cut blouse and miniskirt. You're the cool lady at the nightclub. You wear that when you go home and you're the hooker at the PTA. The nightclubs, they are the big new happening places in town. I went to one nightclub. I walked in, there were bright lights and drugs were everywhere. Then I realized I was in Walgreens. They're such wild places. They have all these suggestive names. Tryst, taboo, risque. There's one new nightclub in town, though, no smoking and no drinking. It's called Empty. And the cocktail waitresses, don't they look very sexy here at night? Yeah, not so sexy at 8 a.m. I'm sorry, there's something so wrong about cleavage before coffee. Well, the only thing on my mind is breakfast. I look at them and think, you know, either butter them or just put them away, okay? And we have the best restaurants in the whole world right here in Vegas, but aren't they getting expensive? Oh, we went to this one, they didn't even have prices on the menus, just pictures of faces with different expressions of horror. And some of the restaurants, they're so dark you can't see what you're eating. I took a bite of a breadstick, turned out to be my husband's finger. And I love Japanese food, but you must be careful of this stuff called wasabi. Do you know about it? It's Japanese hot horseradish. It doesn't look hot. It looks calm and tranquil and peaceful. It's light green. They put a great big glop of it on your tray. They don't tell you what it is. I thought it was avocado. Yes, I love avocado. I took a great big bite of it all by itself, and I actually saw my own nostrils. I have problems in restaurants, I do. Every time I finish everything on my plate, the waiters always come over and say, wow, you liked that, didn't you? Isn't that like saying, you're a little piggy, aren't you? I always leave a little bit of food on my plate, even if I have to take it from another table. And every time I order anything in a restaurant, they always say, good choice. Good choice. I wonder if they ever say, well, many people have died after ordering that particular dish. And every time I leave a restaurant, they tell me to have a good one. And I haven't had one. Because I don't know what one is. And now they've started to tell me to have a great one, and now I'm angry. I haven't even had a good one yet. I have problems in coffee shops. I went into a coffee shop. You know what I ordered? A cup of coffee. You know what the lady said to me? Help yourself. It's right over there. The coffee, the cups, the lids, the sugars, the creamers, the stirs. Just help yourself. It's right over there. And I said, and I'd like a turkey sandwich on whole wheat, please. And she said, well, then just help yourself. They're in the cooler. Read the labels. They're right over there. Then I went to pay, and there's a big tip cup stuffed with cash. So I took $3. I'm not a good cook, it's true. I made this meatloaf, and my husband said, Rita, the dog wouldn't eat this meatloaf. But wait, I put a piece on the floor. My dog ate it. And my husband said, he's just being sarcastic. It's not my fault. It was my mother's fault. She couldn't teach me. She was the worst after meals. We didn't have leftovers. We had evidence. She entered the school chili cook-off. 3 mothers got awarded. She got indicted. I do read recipes, though. I read them the same way I read science fiction. I get to the end and think, well, that's not going to happen. I just don't like following recipes. I find them so bossy. Who invents them? Who invented pineapple upside down cake? Who tasted it and said, turn it over? I invented a recipe by accident last summer. It was a very, very hot day in Vegas. I'd been to the grocery store, I'd unpacked the car, I forgot a raw chicken and a bottle of white wine on the back seat. Oh, don't judge it till you hear the whole recipe. And it got really hot and the wine boiled and the cork flew out and it smothered the chicken and it simmered on the leather seat for 12 hours. So I opened the door, chicken Toyota. And we have the greatest shopping malls here now. But you know what I like? I like the outlet malls. You like them? Ooh, good bargains, everything's just slightly irregular. I got the most beautiful 100% cotton Ralph Lauren t-shirts with no head holes. And a cashmere sweater, one sleeve is just slightly shorter than the other two. I love Costco. We went the other day, which means we now have enough toilet paper for the next 5 generations. I got my flu shot there last year. I had to get 22 of them. I love the Forum shops. They're across the street, but they're dangerous for women. They've got these circular escalators, and we can accidentally shop forever. Because women, we love shopping. Don't we love it? Yes. And men, you don't get it. And I don't get why you don't get it. It's just indoor hunting. Oh, guys, you still don't get it, do you? Can I explain what shopping feels like for a woman? Because I want you to know it's a natural high, isn't it? See, buying something we like, that's marijuana. Buying something we like on sale, that's cocaine. And buying a designer dress on sale that we don't really like and doesn't fit us and we'll never wear, crack. Oh, guys, you still don't get it. You're looking at me the same way my husband looks at me when he doesn't understand anything I'm saying. Sometimes he just stares at the top of my head and says, "What's it like in there?" It's not that funny. And don't you think I'm shallow because I like to shop. I don't just shop for myself. When the economy slows down, I get out there and I shop for my country. Thank you. I have too many credit cards, though. You know what happened? Someone stole one and I didn't even notice. Oh, I noticed when I got that bill. Whoa, it was so much less. I'm letting him keep it. I'm saving money. Everything is so high-tech now. They don't just steal your credit card anymore, do they? They steal your identity. I think if they steal your identity, they should have to visit your parents. Men and women, we look at money so differently. Men look at how much money is spent. Women look at how much money is saved. See, guys? If a dress costs $300 and I get it for $150, what have I done, ladies? Saved $150, of course. My husband thinks I've spent $150. What's it like in there? With the amount of money I'm saving us, we're going to be billionaires. And women are responsible for 90% of the things that are bought in the household. Did you know that? It's true. And men are only aware of 10% of the things we're buying. Did you know that? I'm not good at investments, though. Oh, my IRA is a disaster. I have a 401, not okay. I went to an investment counselor. You know what? This guy had the nerve to ask me, wait till you hear this question. What's your risk tolerance? What money are you comfortable losing? I said, your money. The holidays, that's a big shopping time of year. I love the holidays, I do, but I do have a problem. We've been married for so long, we've got nothing left to get each other. Oh, last year my husband was out of ideas. I didn't need a jewelry warmer. The year before, he bought me a beautiful ankle bracelet, but I stopped wearing it when I found out that an alarm went off at home every time I walked into a department store. He bought me a robotic vacuum cleaner, goes places ordinary vacuum cleaners don't go. which in my case is everywhere in the house. Yes. People have them. They love them. I turned mine on, came back, it had choked and died behind my couch. My husband likes all these gadgets. I bought him a talking meat thermometer. I forgot about it. We're barbecuing out in the backyard, relaxing with a glass of wine. All of a sudden I heard, "I'm ready." I said, "Honey, the meat's coming on to me. What's happening? What's happening?" And right after Christmas, it's his birthday, and then I'm stumped again. This year I just came right out and asked him, "What do you want for your birthday?" And he told me, "Don't get me clothes or shoes. I'd rather have an enema, so at least I know what he wants." And women, we're not allowed to say what we want. We have to hint and hope. And with men, you have to be so specific. I pointed to a necklace on a mannequin in a store window. He bought me the mannequin. I bought him a beautiful wallet, but he hated it, but he gave it back to me, and I loved it. That worked out so well. Next year, I bought him a handbag. I booked a masseuse to come to the house. I thought that was such a good idea. Oh, until the doorbell rang. And I opened the door, and standing there was an 18-year-old blonde girl. And she said, "I'm here to give your husband a massage." And I said, "He's dead." "Why don't you go out and get some sun?" And while you're at it, have a good one. So I gave him a massage myself. Much better idea, right, ladies? Yes, except he wanted one of these fancy massages he's heard about where they drop hot stones on your back. And I had no hot stones, but I heated up some old dinner rolls. They worked nicely, yes. My husband got me your certificate to a spa. Now, that's a very nice gift, but I made a mistake. I did a mud bath. I don't know if you've ever done a mud bath, but please don't do it. No, don't do it. It's a bathtub full of mud. Guess I should have known from the title. I thought it was exotic. It's not. It's just dirty. You get in, you get out, they hose you down. And then they say, "Now, don't you feel better?" I said, "Yes, because a minute ago I was covered in mud." What are you going to do next? Set me on fire and put me out? My husband and I, we both went to a spa last Valentine's Day. We did a romantic love bath, guaranteed to renew our sexual interest. They put us in separate tubs with other people. But women, we love to be pampered, and it doesn't matter how old we get. We never stop trying to look better. We don't give up the fight, do we, ladies? Never, never. I have a great aunt. She was given a week to live. She hung on for 2 weeks because she had a hair appointment. And I don't believe in unisex beauty salons. No, I'm sorry. I feel there's some things women do to their hair in the name of beauty that men must never be aware of. Once they see it, they'll never be able to think about a woman the same way again. That's why men who work in beauty salons are gay. They've seen it, and they can't go back. Women, we get very friendly with our hairdressers, don't we? Ooh, they get angry when you switch. I switched this year. I had to join the hairdresser's witness protection program. He called me a hair whore. We love hair and we love makeup, but you know what we love more than makeup? We love the free gift. Oh, guys, look at you not knowing what I'm talking about again. Would you like to learn about the free gift? Yes, good, because this will give you an insight into the way a woman's brain works, and that's why you're all here tonight. Surprise. Are you ready to go into the woman's brain? Good, because you are going in. Okay, here's the free gift. If we spend... Gone wrong already, hasn't it, guys? Yes. Okay. If we spend $37.50 on something we don't want, we get 5 tiny items we don't like. And if it's a good one, it'll come in an ugly plastic tote bag we won't use. I can't stop buying the free gift. Oh, I'm out of control. At this point, I could moisturize China. And don't they want too much information when you buy anything these days? I bought a frying pan. The sales lady said, name, address, phone number, zip code, email. I said, can I ask you something? She said, yes. I said, are you planning to stay in touch with this pan? Whenever they don't have something in my size, they always say the same thing. I'll look for it in the back. Is the back bigger than the front? And if it is, why aren't we shopping in the back? Sometimes if I'm in a bad mood, I watch the Home Shopping Network, it cheers me up. But sometimes I'm watching, I don't want what they're selling, but I call up the number anyway. And they say, can I help you? And I say, no, just looking. I buy too many clothes. Our closet is so stuffed, I made up a new rule. Every time I buy something, I have to get rid of something. Yeah, so I've had to throw a lot of my husband's clothes away. Because women, we don't throw our clothes away, do we? Never. At the most, we cut them down, we reinvent them. I still wear my prom dress. I do, as an eye patch. And again, it's not my fault. It's my mother's fault. She can't throw anything away. She still has her nursing bra. Yeah, she uses it to ice cakes. My mother never worked, but always had her own money, because every time my dad swore he had to put $5 in a jar. So whenever she needed cash, she'd just take the batteries out of the remote control. That was good for $300. I'm not good at returning things, though. I'm always afraid the ladies are going to yell at me. So now when I return something, I wear a disguise. Who's going to yell at the Pope? I went into this one store. It was so exclusive, you had to call ahead. I didn't know. I walked right in. The salesman looked at me and said, do you have an appointment? I said, no. Do the dresses have something else to do today? I wouldn't let her intimidate me. I walked around like I owned the place. I picked up a great pair of shoes. I said, how much are these? She said, $19.95. I said, I'll take them. You know what happened next, don't you? Oh, yes, I went to sign. They were $1,995. She said, are these for a special occasion? I said, yes. In a minute, I'm going to meet the Pope. Oh, my husband hates shopping. He'll come into a ladies' clothing store, but it has to have something. It has to have a chair. Yes, you should see his eyes light up when he sees the chair. Sometimes we'll go into a ladies' clothing store and there's a chair, but there's already a comatose man sitting in the chair. Guys, you're lucky you have a chair. I go to Home Depot with him. I'm sitting in a sink. He wanted me to try on a leather dress. I think you know why. He thought they were sexy. I showed him. I'd never had a leather dress on before. It wasn't until then that I realized how uncomfortable cows must be. Oh, that moo is really a cry for help. Sometimes my husband will be shopping with me. He'll be waiting for me in the chair. He'll be waiting for me to come out of the dressing room to show him what I've tried on. And I don't come out. Because sometimes you can't come out. Sometimes the last thing you need in your life is a witness. Sometimes we just have to get dressed, hang it up, and pretend it never happened. And it's never our fault if we don't look good in the clothes, right? It's always the clothes' fault. I can't possibly buy that dress. It has a big stomach and huge hips. And you don't know what we go through buying bathing suits. Oh, we go into these cells that have mirrors every place and very cruel lighting so we can see exactly what's wrong with our bodies from every conceivable angle. I think after we leave these rooms, they should offer us some type of counseling. Or at least have a sticker on the mirror that says, "Caution, objects in mirror may appear larger." Because women, we never need to know what our bottoms look like. That's why God put them in the back. If He put them in the front, we'd never go outside. Because we're so careful about the way we look. You don't know what we go through when we get dressed. We have to match a necklace, earrings, bracelet, ring, handbag, nail polish, shoes. Guys, you have one thing. You have a belt, and you still miss a loop. And my husband, he won't buy anything. The only way I can get him to buy pants, I have to send him shopping without them. And he never buys shoes, but men, you don't buy shoes. And I don't mean sneakers. I mean shoes. And I don't mean black sneakers. We're not stupid, those still aren't shoes. You have one pair of shoes for your whole life. And when they wear out, you get them resold. What's it like in there? Do you know what women do when our shoes wear out? We don't know. It's never happened. We love shoes, don't we, ladies? My husband always says, "You only have 2 feet. Why do you need so many shoes?" I say, "I don't know. You only have 2 eyes. Why do you need so many channels?" Don't mess with me. Okay, guys, you want to hear something else about women? Say yes. Yes. We can't walk in the shoes. They're not for walking. They're just pretty. I have one pair of shoes that are so beautiful, I can't make it out of the closet. My husband and I, we have a deal. He has to tell me how far we're going. And then I select a shoe. And if we go beyond that distance, it's piggyback time. Because those high heels are painful, aren't they, ladies? Honestly, I don't know how streetwalkers do it. The sex must be the easy part. Oh, thank heaven I get to put my feet up for 20 minutes. And we have to have high heels. We can't live without them. They make us look long and lean. It's an optical illusion. The higher the heel, the leaner the woman. 700-pound woman wearing 62-inch heels can appear svelte. Because guys, you are much more honest than women with guys. Is what you see is what you get. Women, we're just total visual lies. I have to tell you something. I look nothing like this. I don't. I have gray hair. I'm flat-chested. I'm 2 feet tall. I'm really a small Chinese man. Because we have things going on underneath our clothes you guys, you don't want to know about. I'm going to tell you. Because women, we like to share information. And I just found this new push-up bra, and it's fantastic. It has this underwire with this special new metal that's attracted to the fillings in my teeth. Because breasts are very important in Vegas. They're more than a body part here. They're entertainment. I went for a mammogram in Vegas. There was a 2-drink minimum. Okay, here's one thing I don't like. I don't like those men handing those pamphlets to you on the streets. Aren't they terrible? Yes. They don't look at who they're handing them to. This one guy handed me a pamphlet with 2 naked women on the front and said, "Do you want to have some fun?" I said, "Why? Do they want to go shopping?" They look like they need some clothes. I don't think you're aware of this because this just happened, but I am currently in negotiations with Playboy about how much money it would take for me to pose naked. Well, that was not the reaction I was hoping for, but doesn't really matter. It's not going to happen. They want $1 million. See, it's not that funny. It's not. I'm not good at wearing sexy lingerie. I try, I just get confused. I don't know what goes where. I wore it for my husband once. I said, honey, what do you think? He said, well, I think this is something Victoria should have kept a secret. It wasn't my fault. I didn't know it wasn't a crotches panty necklace. And Vegas is a very romantic town. Oh, yes. My husband and I, we got married here in a drive-through wedding chapel. Well, very quick. Not very romantic, really. Just screaming our vows in the clown's mouth. We had our honeymoon here. They gave us one of these rooms with the mirrors over the bed. It didn't help us much. We just kept looking up and thinking, God, we're fat. Who'd want to sleep with those two losers? But that's such a beautiful crotches panty necklace. Everyone's getting remarried. That's a big new thing. So I asked my husband if he wanted to renew our vows. He got so excited. He thought they had expired. My parents have been married forever. I think it's because of my dad's philosophy. All you need in life is one good woman who believes in you and a wife. My parents are total opposites. My mom's very social. My dad hates everybody. She'd have great big parties, 8 o'clock. He'd go into their bedroom, slam the door, call the police, and complain about the noise. My husband and I, we have to stay married. We're technologically dependent on each other. I can't work the video camera. He can't work the can opener. Without me, he can videotape himself starving to death. And I have a very important job in our marriage. I have to tell him which sock is black and which sock is navy blue. And I don't really know, I just pick one. What's he gonna do, dispute it? And I love being married. It's so great to find that one special person you want to annoy for the rest of your life. And since we've been married for 19 years, I'm getting on his nerves quite a bit. At least 3 times a day, he turns to an imaginary judge and says, and that's why I killed her, Your Honor. Oh, there's so many things he hates about me. He hates my handbag because I can't find anything in it. I can dig in it for hours. So he bought me the most beautiful matching headlamp. Here's something he hates. Whenever we go to a restaurant, he orders a dessert. I order 2 forks. And he says, this is my dessert. And I say, oh, okay. These are my forks. Don't mess with me. There are many things I don't understand about him, like why is he always in a hurry? Men, you're always in a hurry. That's why I won't let him come to the grocery store with me anymore. When I go by myself, it's a relaxing experience. If he comes with me, it's like we're robbing a bank. I go in with my list of demands and he waits outside in the getaway car. Whenever we're going on a long trip in the car, he doesn't have time to stop to let me go to the bathroom. He says, we can't get off the highway here. We won't be able to get back on. Are there places like that in America? Where if you get off the highway, you have to live there? Every generation of man is in a hurry. My father was the same way. Took me to a baseball game once. We got there 3 hours early and left right before it started. He said, this way the traffic is always moving the other way. He says, I I don't get ready quickly enough to leave the house. He has a new technique. He says, I'll be waiting for you outside. He thinks this is going to make me hurry up. This just leaves me time to call my friends. Women, we love to talk, don't we? Yeah. And you know what we love to talk about, the men you hate to talk about? Relationships. Because guys, you're so brave, but you're not good at ending relationships. This is a woman ending a relationship. I never want to see you again as long as I live. This is a man ending a relationship. I'll call ya. Because men, you never tell us how you really feel. Unless you're sick, then you tell us in great detail. And then we're supposed to know what's wrong with you. Like in between being mothers and holding down jobs, we're going to secret medical school. My husband always says, Rita, come over here. Have a look at this. What do you think this is? I say, I don't know. Well, what do you think it is? I have no idea. Well, what does it look like to you? Well, let me get my headlamp. Okay? Okay, to me. Wow, that looks like ink. I'm going to recommend you wash it off. That'll be $300. He gets diseases that don't exist. He makes them up. He gets this one, it's called left. Everything hurts on his left side. And he walks around the house very slowly and says, sorry, I can't really move very fast today. I have left. Luckily, I've discovered a cure for left, but it involves a baseball bat. And it gives him right. There's so many things I love about men. You know what I love? I love your self-confidence. My husband is so self-confident. He thinks that when he watches sports on television, that if he concentrates, he can help the team. And if they're in trouble, he coaches them from our living room. And if they're really in trouble, I have to get off the phone in case they call him. Oh, he loves football, and he does have a football injury. He fell out of the chair while he was watching football. That's how he got left. And the noises that come out of the room when he's watching football, they're horrifying. Oh, I'll be in the kitchen. All of a sudden, I'll hear, no! I never know if the wrong team scored a point or if he's being attacked by Jackie Chan. He even likes watching golf on television. It's not the most exciting sport to watch on TV. Did you know that if you tape golf and then play it back in slow motion, there's no difference? No? He started playing golf. I think he needed some time alone, but then I started playing too. Ha ha. And you know what? I'm getting better. The other day, I got a birdie. Yes, thank you. Thank you. And a ducky and a fishy. I've got another big man-woman theory coming up. I know I'm bad at golf, so I say I'm bad at golf. What do I care if the whole world knows I'm bad at golf, right? He compares himself to the professionals. The other day he hit a shot. He said, I wonder what Tiger would do in this situation. I said, well, I don't know how to tell you. I don't think he would have hit it in the canoe. You always get paired up with new people when you play. We got paired up with this guy last week. I have to tell you about him. He said, open heart surgery, artificial knees. I said to my husband, poor guy. My husband said to me, I can beat him. I'm not saying we're better or worse. I'm just saying different priorities. Right, ladies? Women, I think we say we're wrong more than men. What do you think? I say I'm wrong all the time. You know why? I don't care. I'll say it now. I'm sorry, I was wrong. I'm so sorry, I was wrong. I can say it all day. Makes no difference to me. I know I'm right. Women, we can't keep a secret. Men, you can keep a secret. Yes, you can, because the minute we tell it to you, you forget it. And women, we don't remember everything, but you know what we do remember? What you said. And what you really meant. Because men, you don't listen, and women, we listen too hard. Oh, we hear things you're not even saying. You look tired. Are you saying I look fat? Because men and women, we say different things. Here's something you'll never hear a man say. I feel bloated. Here's something you'll never hear a woman say. Hit me in the stomach. Oh, come on, as hard as you can, just in the stomach. Here's something you'll never hear a man say to a woman. Oh, honey, these suitcases, they're so light. Are you sure you brought enough clothes on this trip? Here's something you'll never hear a woman say to a man when they're getting ready to leave the house. You look fine, let's just go! Is it scary how we're all alike? I tell my husband, you can marry a different one, she's gonna do the same things. Here's something I really don't understand about men. You like going fishing, you hate waiting for women, and yet you love waiting for fish. I'm not speedy, but I'm gonna show up faster than a trout. I think women were more self-sufficient than men. What do you think? See, if a woman is thirsty, she gets a drink. If a man is thirsty, he says, I'm thirsty. And he waits for something to appear. Oh, my husband hates fetching his own liquids. I like when he tries to make me think it's my idea. Want to get me a beer? Oh, wait, you know, I do. I wanted to do something. I just couldn't figure out what it was. What is it about men and liquids? Why won't you get involved? A woman will finish the last glass of juice out of a pitcher and make new juice. A man will finish the last glass of juice out of a pitcher and leave a quarter of an inch so legally he doesn't have to make new juice. My husband suffers from something many men suffer from. He suffers from refrigerator blindness. He can't see anything if it's in a refrigerator. He'll stare in the refrigerator with the door open for hours, till the kitchen is colder than the refrigerator. If I want to hide something, I put it eye level in the middle of the refrigerator. But marriage is a partnership. You're in it together. So do you know what you get to do? You get to blame things on each other 24 hours a day. He doesn't ask me, where are my keys? He asks me, where did you put my keys? Because he hasn't misplaced them. I've spotted them. And I've taken them. And for some reason, best known to me, I've hidden them. In the pocket of the jacket he wore yesterday. We accuse each other of taking everything. He accused me of taking his tire pressure gauge. I accused him of taking my lipstick. Like in the middle of the night, we sneak out and he's a transvestite and I'm a mechanic. We always have pillow fights. I don't mean we throw pillows at each other. We have fights about why there are so many pillows on the bed and why he's not allowed to put his head on any of them. I've explained it to him. I've told him these are decorative pillows. These are not pillows for sleeping. These are pillows for show. And he says, yes, Rita, but we are the only two people who go into the bedroom. Who do we do the little pillow show for? And I have to be honest with you, I don't really know. I only know that I love my pillows and that I have to do the show. Haven't even told you about my decorative towels, my decorative soaps, plates, ashtrays, and candles. My husband said, Rita, come over here. I need to ask you a question. Why don't we just seal this house up and live in the house next door? And being considerate of the other person is important. Please don't get me wrong. I just bought one of these new mattresses where I can roll around anywhere I want on the mattress and it doesn't disturb him. His mattress is in the other room. Well, I have to tell you about the most wonderful thing that's happened to us since we've been in Las Vegas. We have a daughter now. Thank you. Yes, she's 5, and I'm still trying to lose the weight, which is weird because we adopted. Took us a couple tries. The first time we hired a very bad lawyer and accidentally adopted a highway. I'll tell you, having a baby brings feelings out in you you never knew you had. I've never experienced unconditional love before. I never thought that someone could take something out of their nose and hand it to me while I was eating dinner. And I would say, thank you. My parents were very, very overprotective. They wouldn't even push me on the swing. They'd just sit me on the swing and run back and forth and say, it looks similar to this. They make you nuts with the childproofing these days, though. Whew, we're in the baby store, the sales lady says, have you childproofed your bathroom? I said, I don't know. What do you mean? She said, well, do you have a lock on the lid of your commode so the child doesn't drown? I said, well, why don't I just not take her swimming in the toilet? My friends made me nuts. They said, you bring that baby home, your dog's going to be jealous. Didn't happen. We brought her home. He took one look at her and thought, I got nothing to worry about. That's the ugliest dog I've ever seen. You learn a lot about yourself when you have a baby. You know what I've learned? I don't know all the words to any song. Oh, it's so humiliating when I sing to her. A, B, C, D, la, la, la. You can make children behave subliminally through music. I have a little song I sing to her when I want her to clean up her room. It goes, picking up your toys and put them in the closet, picking up your toys, and she does it automatically. It's amazing. So I started using it on my husband. Driving to the store and buying Rita jewelry, driving in the store and buying. He started using it on me. Going in the kitchen and cooking something edible. Going in the kitchen. It's not that funny, no. I bought a good book on discipline. Every time they display bad behavior, for every 1 year of their age, you give them a 1-minute timeout in their room. So the other night I had an argument with my mother and I locked her in a closet for 73 minutes. Kids have so much faith in you. I bought her a helium balloon. She let it go in the house. It flew to the ceiling and she just looked up at me and said, Mommy, get it? And I got up on a ladder and I got it down for her. And then we were outside. She let it go. Flew into the universe and she looked up at me with her big blue eyes, tears streaming down her cheeks and said, Mommy, get it? I just couldn't admit to her there are some things in this world Mommy can't do for her. So I said, ask Daddy to get it. I worry about so many things. I worry about being an older mother. But I feel we're just connect in different ways, like we'll both be losing our teeth at around the same time. I worry about the schools in Vegas. We took our daughter to kindergarten. It was the first time I'd ever seen a playground with a stripper's pole. But they have a very good math program, honestly. She's only 5. She can already double down on a pair of 10s. And I can't say anything bad about Las Vegas. Las Vegas is the reason we were able to adopt a baby, because I don't travel anymore. And I was always on the road. And I didn't want a child growing up saying, I think Mommy will be home next month. I think she looks a little like that lady over there. So now I stay home all day. And when I come here to tell jokes to you, since this is Vegas, I've hired a Rita Rudner impersonator to babysit. And he is so good, it's like I'm home all the time. Thank you so much. Please have a great one. Good night.